Monday morning, 800 pips with just 0.1 lot on gold. How much would you have made as a forex trader? Now, don't ask me what lots are, don't ask me what pips are. If you really want to know about all of this, just join my next mentorship class starting on the 15th of August, which is next week. And if you're interested, send me a DM on Instagram or on Telegram at Abatrace to learn more about forex trading. It's only Monday morning and I've already wrapped up my trading for today after smashing an 800 pips win on gold in my VIP. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I caught this massive drop on gold just this morning. If you're someone that likes to keep things very simple, then please stick with me to the end of this video because I'm all about a soft chart life. I don't like a lot of trend lines on my chart. I don't like a lot of support and resistance zones or a lot of lines just going everywhere on my chart. I like to keep things very simple and very neat because when you have your chart very neat, you're able to produce effective trading results without getting confused. So let's cut all the chit chat and let's get straight into the chart as I take you through step by step on how I smashed 800 pips on gold when most people haven't even had their breakfast yet. Okay guys, so this gold on the 4-hour time frame, and we can see price is giving us a series of lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows here. We have a lower high here, we have a lower low here. But then when price got to this support level, we started having a series of higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And currently, price has given us a new high. But then there's something that you can see. Price broke out of this last lower high point we have here. This structure point we have here. So I'll indicate here as the lower high point. So price broke out of this lower high. And when price broke out of this lower high, we can see price is retesting the high and then pushing up to the upside, right? So we can see something like this, a breakout to the upside, a retest of the zone, and then a push up, right? So let's indicate where we'll be taking our profits from if we were in this buy trade. So we'll take our profits from the last high here, which I'll take from the body to the wick. And then we'll indicate here as our last structure point, just so you don't get confused. Here's our last structure point. And then here's the point that price has broken, a retest of it, and then a push up to the upside. So we have price doing something like this, getting to the zone. So let's just indicate the zone here as our resistance zone or as our sell zone. So here will be our sell zone. Now let's see what happens when price gets there, because here's a possible resistance zone that price could possibly sell from. And when it breaks out to the upside, we'll be expecting something like this. Price breaking out to the upside, a retest of it, and then a push up again. But if price doesn't break out to the upside, we'll be expecting sales from this zone. So let's see what happens when price got there. So price tapped the zone and we can see price is selling just a bit when it tapped into the zone. Let's see what happens, because at this point, if you're in this sell trade from this lower high point here, you would have made some profits from this, right? But then let's see what happens. So we still have price in the zone. And then this drop was during NFP. That was on Friday. NFP gave us this massive sell on gold just last Friday. But then I can see something here. Price has also broken out. You remember this zone was a broken zone which became a new support, right? So would have been expecting that if price had gotten to this support level here, there would be a push up to the upside. But then price closed just a little below the zone with this candle, right? And a new candle formed, price pushed up, but then I can see price closing just a little below the zone. Let me just zoom in so that you can see it. We have the lower high here, then price closed just a little below the zone with this candle that we have here. So then I know that now there's a break of structure. So we can see that support has been broken and then currently price is just retracing. But there's one thing that I want to teach you. When you have such impulsive move, okay, markets can't be moving in one direction like this every time. You can't have markets moving all the way to the upside or all the way to the downside. You would have to get something like short retracement, pullbacks, and all those stuff. So then when you see price closing just below the zone like this, with the bears being in power, and you see this bullish candle, then it should tell you something that price is retracing to sell or to give us some kind of bearish momentum very soon. Because you have a closure below this structural point here, the lower high point here, this big H4 candle closed just a little bit below it. So let's move to the 1 hour time frame and see what happens. So when we come to the 1 hour time frame, we can see the same thing. Price also closed just a little bit below the zone with these candles here. Price broke all the way to the downside here and then closed just a little below the zone with these bearish candles and all these candles we see below here. So every move we see to the upside is some form of retracement or a correction. Correct all this big impulsive move, then a new move to the downside like this. So this is what we should be expecting on gold, right? But then let's see what happens. So let's move to the 15 minutes time frame to have a better understanding of the structure that's happening there. So let's move to the 15 minutes. And then on the 15 minutes, I can see something here. We have price giving us a double top here. We have price tapping here one, coming back into the zone twice, and then a drop. Now if you've watched my videos on chart pattern, you remember I mentioned that whenever you have a double top forming and price breaking the neckline, there's a possibility that price will come back and retest that broken neckline, right? So in this case, let's mark our neckline. If you don't know how to mark your necklines, go back and watch my videos on chart patterns, part 1 and part 2 of chart patterns, to have an understanding of how to trade chart patterns. So this is a double top here, and we'll draw a neckline from this level here to the wick, because this is our neckline. We have an M, something like this. and then here becomes the neckline of the whole structure. So price will come back and retest that neckline like this, and then possibly move to the downside more. So that's how to trade double top chart pattern. So in this case, I'm expecting price to come back and retest this zone. So let's see what happened when price got there. So at this point, I'm still not in the trade because I'm expecting a clear tap into my neckline before I take this trade. Because I don't have any proper or sure trade here with all the sales happening. I'm just waiting for this clear structure to be retested before I enter the sell trade. So now price is retracing to our neckline zone, right? Let's see what happens when price gets there. So price tapped our neckline, and then at this point we are tagged into the trade. Okay, we are in the sell trade from this point. But then I wasn't in this trade because this happened at 4:30 a.m. today. I was fast asleep, so I couldn't even take this trade. Even though this is a trade I'd analyzed with my mentee during our weekly breakdown, I couldn't take this trade because this was 3:45 a.m. and I was fast asleep. So then let's see what happens when price got there. So price tapped the neckline zone, and then we had price dropping all the way to the downside. Now at this point, I woke up very pained because I had missed a lot of pips on the market. I had missed about, let's check, this was about 360 pips from 3 a.m. I had missed all these moves. I woke up and I wasn't really bothered because I know price would always come back and retest the zone before moving to the actual direction, right? So at this point, we can say price has given us a new lower high here. We have another lower high up here. Then we're expecting that price will just break this low we have here, or this last support level we have here, right? Now at this point, I'm looking for a retest of any broken support or resistance zone to enter the trade, because for sure we know that a broken neckline, a retest of it, and then we will create new lows from that point. But then I missed this trade and I'm trying to look for a retest point. So I woke up to this particular structure on gold this morning and I was just looking at where I could possibly enter from. I noticed something here. There was a support level here. Let me just take this back so you can see it well. We had a support level here, right? Price broke out of this zone here. Let me draw the zone. We had a zone here. So a broken resistance. Here was a sell zone or a resistance zone, right? Price broke out of it. Then we'd be expecting that if price comes back, push up here, comes back to retest the zone, we have another push up. Because it's a broken resistance, and a broken resistance becomes a new support in the market. A possible new support, not always, a possible new support in the market. But then we got price not even making any attempt to buy from that zone. We got price closing below the zone with this candle. So then I know that the bets are still in power here, because ideally price was supposed to buy from here to the upside. That's how the structure works, or the principle works. A broken resistance becomes a new support zone, right? But then price closed just a little below the zone here. So as price closed below the zone with this candle, I was looking for a retest in this zone. So here became my new sell zone. So I had a sell zone here, waiting for price to retest this new, because here was a support. If you remember, we had a resistance broken. Here was a new support. Price broke this support, and then here became a new resistance zone. Okay, so this is the most obvious structure that I can see on gold. A broken support, and then we have a new resistance here. So I'm expecting price to retest this level here. Then we can keep on moving to the upside, create a new lower high, then we move to the downside. Okay, now let's see what price does. So price even drops more, but then at this point, I'm still not in the trade, because I always like to trade when I have a clear setup. Even though price is selling, I don't know why price is selling at this point. But then if I get my setup, I know why price wants to sell from that point. So I'm not even in this, so I'm waiting for a retest at this point here, and then move to the downside. Now let's see what happens. So price retested our zone with this candle here. You can see there's a long rejection from the zone, right? And we're expecting that price will sell from this zone. Okay, now at this point, I moved to my lower time frame for confirmation, right? So come to my M5, then try and find a confirmation here. I had a small position running from this sell zone here. Now at this point, I sent a signal to my VIP members from my sell zone here. So I sent a signal here from this level here. We have our SL being 45 pips, which is just this level here. Then I'll move to my H1 to find where to possibly take profits at. So let's move to the H1. Now on the 1 hour time frame, the next support level I can see is this wick we have here. This wick we have here. So I'll just extend this short position to this support here, because when price gets here, there's a possibility that it will buy, because it's a support zone, right? I wouldn't want to risk even still selling at a support. So my TP was 310 pips, and then I had just risked 45 pips for 310 pips. Now with the signal I sent to my VIP, I made a TP 100 pips so that people can take their profits fully at 100 pips. Because trust me, it's not easy to catch 100 pips on gold. It's very difficult to catch 100 pips on gold. With all the volatile movement, it's very difficult. So I usually like to put my TP at 100 pips so that if you want to get out of the trade for the day, you can get out for the day. So at this point, I had sent the signal and our TP was just 100 pips at this level here. We were taking our profit at 100 pips, right? This was the setup. But then I knew that if price got there, I'll let them hold a small position on break even to this support level here. So let's move back to our M5 and let's see what price does in this zone. So this is a 5 minutes time frame. Let me just remove this path tool so we'll see everything well. So price is currently in our sell zone, right? Let's see what happens. So at this point we're in the trade. I knew price could possibly come back and then retest this last high that we had here, because you can see that price is almost nearing this last resistance point we had here. But then I told myself, if price hits stop loss on this trade, we are still going to sell gold again, because I was very sure of the sales today. Even though I had missed this move from the upside here, I knew that this whole zone was a sell zone for me and my VIP members to make a lot of money. So when price tapped this zone, let's see what happens. Now price moved up just a little into our stop loss, just a little bit, almost touching our stop loss. And at this point, I wasn't even frightened. I knew that if price gets to our stop loss, I was still going to call for sales again, because gold was heavily bearish per the market structure. Okay, price started pushing down. Now at this point, what gave me the confirmation for this trade was that price has formed a tweezer top in this sell zone. Yeah, you can see we have a tweezer top here, this candle structure, and this candle had closed below the tweezer top. So when you have candles closing below a tweezer top, then it means that there's a possibility for bearish pressure to come into the market. So then I told myself, if price was getting to our take profit zone, I'm going to tell my VIP members to set break even on this trade and hold a small position if they can, right? Now let's see what price does after this candle closed below the tweezer top. We had price coming all the way to the downside. Now at this point we have about 110 pips, so we've smashed our TP by now, right? And I told them to hold a very small position on break even because I see gold dropping more. So at this point we've done 100 pips, right? And we are holding some on break even. So let's see what happens. Now price didn't even retrace back into our entry. It started dropping, breaking all the lows that we had, and then coming all the way down to this level here. Now we broke this level here. At this point we are still holding the trade on break even. So now we're breaking the main structure point here, which is this support level here, right? So then I know price is going to drop more because this candle has also closed below this support level we have here. So I'll go to my 1 hour time frame and target my next possible support that price could possibly buy from, so that I could leave the market with this sales, right? So as price has broken this zone on the 15 minutes, now I know that price is ready to come down more per my analysis here, because we have a lower high from here and then we had a lower low, a lower high, and we're expecting a new lower low, right? So then I'll be targeting my extreme support on the H1, because at this point we're on break even, and then if price comes back to our entry, we are even safe with a small position running, right? So I'll mark my lowest support point that I have on my chart on H1, which is this level here. So I extend my short position to all the way to the downside here, and here it's about 800 pips, right? Here like 820 pips. So then we have our support zone here. Now let's move to the 15 minutes time frame and let's see what price does when it goes to the zone. So we have price dropping all the way down, and at this point we have about, let's say about 550 pips, right? By risking just 45 pips. You can see the risk to reward here. Very crazy risk to reward. We have 1:17.27 risk to reward on this trade. Very, very beautiful trade. And let's see if we get to our buy zone or our support zone to leave the market. So price even dropped further and we have about 745 pips. Now this was the point I told my VIP members to close if they want to, because we are almost nearing a major support zone on H1, right? So I told them to close the trade if they want to. And let's see what price does. Now price even drops the more. And this is how we smashed 800 pips on gold this morning, just by risking 45 pips and having a good mentor to let you know when to hold, when to break even, and when to close the trade. There are a couple of times I've told my VIP members to close trade because I could clearly see the trade wasn't going to go in our direction. Sometimes we close trading maybe minus 10 pips loss. Sometimes we close the trade at break even because I've seen certain things that price may not go into our direction. If you have someone that can direct you when to close, when to break even, when to hold the trade, you're really going to make money because you have someone that has the right knowledge to direct you or to guide you in this market. So if you're not my VIP, please do want to join my VIP today at Pay Aba Trades Board, so you can also enjoy some of these wonderful signals and know when to close a trade, know when to hold the trade, know when to break even, and get someone who can direct you or guide you as the trade is going on, so that you can maximize the most profit out of the market. So this is how we smashed 800 pips on gold in the VIP on a Monday morning, and I just thought of sharing this setup with you so that next time you could apply some of the basic things that we have learned here also on your chart, so that you could be a very profitable trader, because that's the essence of this YouTube channel, to add up to you as a forex trader. So I hope you guys understood how I caught this 800 pips on gold just this morning. And if you really want to know more about some of these entries and how I catch my entries or how I trade the market, then do want to join my mentorship class, which is starting on the 16th of August, which is next week, to learn more about how I catch some of these entries and also how to trade the forex market. And trust me, you're going to be a very profitable trader by the end of this mentorship class. If you enjoyed this video, please do want to hit the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel so that you get notified whenever I drop any video on forex trading. Also do what to like this video so that the YouTube algorithm can get it to many people who want to learn about how to catch some of these entries. Also do what to join my trading community, where is the AbaTrades community. Find the link in the description only to join the fastest trading community in Africa. Do what to follow me on Instagram and also on TikTok at AbaTrades. And that'll be all for today, guys. It's AbaTrades right here, and peace out.